So far, move over a little bit more. Just a little bit more. All right. Slow down a little bit. We recording. This is for the MECCA frequency for the week of November 3rd. You can get out the paper. Now, we're doing it a little different. The ancestors actually moved us to play some music first. You know, we had a plan, they had another plan. Because this is going out across the world. And so they want us to bring it in right, bringing in that energy. Now, they're flowing through us now. So, but we're not just going to do this thing just us. We're not going to do this just us. We want all of you to participate. So we have 7 things. Every day is going to be something different. Every day is going to be something different. Will, our scribe, who wrote out the document that will go out to many of you. If you could just read just the general tenet of the first day.
First day. Today is the first day. We're going to be starting our transmission today. Today is Sunday, so we want to give thanks to the sun. Without the sun, we wouldn't be able to be functioning. We don't have life on this planet. And we're gonna start this day by pouring out libations to all of our ancestors, known and unknown. We want to give praise and acknowledgement to them and other spiritual guides that are working with us in order for us to achieve and maintain proper balance in this earth. And we're going to be focusing today on meditations on strong communications with them. And we want to also be able to communicate with them and establish an open communication so that, you know, they can receive us and we can receive them at a much easier pace. All throughout this whole thing, we want to just make sure that we touch base on having faith, because if we don't have faith, we cannot communicate with them properly, and that's going to be key. And we also want to we want to talk about also focusing on meditations on raising our vibrations, because if we don't raise our vibrations and if we don't raise our vibrations and do it with faith, we're not going to be able to communicate with them. And that's the point that we're going to hit home for today on Sunday, because that's going to start us off with a whole brand new slate, and it's going to basically carry on throughout the whole week of what we're doing.
Okay, and let me add to that. Everybody, this is not just us. We're the Brotherhood of Godmen, but this is everybody. We want all of you to participate. So think about your ancestors today. Think about the faith. They're with you. They're with you. They're going to show you little signs. It might be a bird. For me, it's a mourning dove. If I see a mourning dove, they're around. They try to tell me something. If I see a red robin, they're like, hey, you know what? Red for me means go. So I know I'm going on the right path. So it's going to be something different. But to remember, we got to connect to the ancestors. Pour out that libation for them on special dinners, or family day, or Thanksgiving, if you want to call it that. Set a plate out for the ancestors. Whatever they used to like, put it all on that plate, dump it on it. And then once you finish, take it out to a wood or something, put it out there. It'll get eaten, trust me. Any other brothers have anything to add to this?
I'll just say that the support that we're giving to our ancestors is going to be returned tenfold, and that's going to carry not only through us, but to our offspring. So this is an important day, not only for us here in the now, but also for the future generations to come.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Excuse us as we kiss the sky. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. Those of yours through time and space as you're seeing us. In breath. And you hold it. Then out breath. And hold it. parts to it. In breath, that's one. Holding, that's another. Out breath, that's the third. And then holding it again, that's the fourth. One more, strong in breath. Hold. Out breath. And hold.
Ashe. So that's for Sunday. That's for today. If our scribe can read the second day.
All right. On Monday, we'll be focusing on visualizing healthy and positive relationships with ourselves, the people in our lives, and also our relationship with the universe. So we want you guys to meditate on, not just, relationships with the opposite sex, but just relationships with everybody that you deal with, whether it be family, friends, even business associates as well. Also, meditating on having a relationship with the earth, with the animals, with the plants. Everything is a part of us. So we should, the better we develop our connection with everything around us, the better our lives will be.
Ashe. And I would just say relationships are everything. I don't care how much technology we get. I don't care. I know some of y'all in your iPhones now, you might be watching this or something, but remember, everything is a relationship, whether it's going to the store and talking with a clerk, bumping into somebody, driving along, everything is a relationship. That's how we expand, because we're all one. We're all one. That person, these are my brothers. They are not separate from me. You, my brothers and sisters, are not separate from me. We all have that relationship. So remember, that's the most powerful thing.
Another thing I want to talk about is we're going to talk about collective work and responsibility, because I feel like that fits the theme with relationships, because at the end of the day, when we work together, we can delegate tasks so much easier. The reason why so many people on this planet have difficulties, just getting by day to day is because they're not with their tribe. They're not finding their tribe. They're not working with their tribe. And they're not trying to seek that out, so that once they find that, they'll realize, okay, like, I'm with like-minded people now. I know my role. I know my task, and I'm not put on this planet to know everything and to do everything. I'm here for a specific set of instructions, and everybody has a specific set of instructions. And once they follow that, and then they combine that energy with other people, they'll be able to see that with the collective work of the tribe, it'll be so much easier to maneuver and make things happen.
All right, so we'll name that for sure.
I just want to piggyback and say that this is going to also be an opportunity for us to see what others bring to us as far as lessons and opportunities for growth, or anything that we perceive in others is really a guiding lesson that Spirit wants us to learn.
Sure.
I agree. Relationships show up, and they're one of our primary ways to hone and develop further our divine nature. Our relationships reflect back to us.
Yes. So that's powerful. So Monday, think about your relationships with everybody. Reach out to a relative you haven't talked to in a while. Family is important. That's the prime relationship. But you know what? That's not even a prime. Your relationship with yourself. Take care of yourself. Some of y'all out there might be abusing something, putting junk in your body. Your relationship to yourself is very important, very paramount, because remember, ultimately, yourself is the goddess within. So, Ashe. So, our third one.
That'll be on Tuesday. Tuesday we'll be meditating on focus on the abundance mentality, and to get away from the scarcity of what life, this current culture is currently trying to present to us. We don't need to live in scarcity, and we also to focus on establishing strong, positive, and healthy business practices. So once we start, like, piggybacking off of what Ram just said, building that relationship with yourself, you'll be able to build that, and then everybody that you deal with is gonna bring abundance to you as you bring abundance to yourself. Right. So we want to talk about living in a business model which is sharing and love based, as opposed to being cutthroat and just have to have the next person. You got to get away from that. Get away from that thinking that everyone's out there to hurt you. Because if that's what you're thinking about, and that's what you're gonna attract. and also touching the base on the collective economics and how, as if we as a tribe we build together, we'll be able to, just bring more abundance because everybody's on that same wavelength.
I'm going to say that on a personal level. I've been blessed on so many levels because I feel like I'm bringing my brothers, my sisters, everybody along with me. Sometimes it might be somebody I don't even know. It's like, hey, you got a business, I'm going to help you promote it. Because we, if one of us succeeds, then we can pull the others along and then we all succeed together. Riches is built through community. There's no such thing as an individualistic person because we all related to each other. So if we're going to go, if we're going to build, it has to be together. So think about that. Think about who you can help. What business can you support? What melanated business can you support? What melanated business you can create? How can you help someone? Can you, maybe help out with the abundance thing? You might see someone homeless, one of our brothers and sisters. Maybe buy them a meal that day because you have such an abundance. You can share it. So, that's something to do that day. That is something to do that day. So,
I would just say also that as we build up an sense of abundance in our lives, we're also going to be able to use that to bring an abundance of self to the table in our relations to others.
And lastly, I would say that also be thankful for the scarcity that has happened in our life because it also is a divine nature. Scarcity lets us know and appreciate abundance even more. So even in scarcity, we bow to you and thankful that all the scarcity you've given our people. You've given us much energy, you've shown us much. And we are thankful for scarcity. Now we move into a new time of abundance, giving thanks to the scarcity and now calling upon a different aspect of ourselves to enjoy and appreciate abundance.
right.
Just to add to that, he speaks on scarcity and just think about the principle of cause and effect and how because of that scarcity, that was the cause that affected us to try to want to live in a more abundant mindset.
Ashe. All right. If I scribe, I'll scribe. Who the document that y'all will receive was done by our scribe Will here. And that is one of his gifts. That's one of his gifts. That's he's sharing his abundance there. He is sharing. So you can go into the next day.
On Wednesday, we're going to focus on positive health of all kinds, physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional.
Yes.
And not only that, we want to meditate on the health of our ascended ancestors and spiritual guides. And we want to also touch base on the subject of self-determination, because once we're determining ourselves to find that purpose, we will obtain that positive health. We are going to put the work in to fix all the errors in our lives that need to be fixed.
Yes, Ashe. I'm gonna say that about health. Health is wealth. We can't go. Our relationships become better. Our abundance, our connection to the ancestors, because the stronger the body, the stronger the spirit. We don't just have these bodies just to, I don't know, whatever we do in them. It contributes to everything else. So take care of your health. Some of you get a health checkup. Check on the health of your loved ones. That's part of the relationship thing. Eat better. Watch what you're eating. Watch what we put in your mind. Mental health. I mean, that's a major thing that we got to talk about out here. I want y'all to meditate on all of those things. Health in all areas. Health in all areas.
I think just striving for balance in all areas listed is going to be key. If one area is lagging, that's going to start affecting the others. So just making sure that everything has a certain baseline to it.
Remembering who you are at a cellular level. We're talking about health and everything. Remember the sperm and the egg. That which you come from. How much more determined is a sperm cell to get to that egg? So if you're finding yourself that you don't have the will or you don't have the energy, remembering who you are. You've always been self-determined. How can you ever be anything other than that? So you come from a self-determined people, and you are that at a cellular level. Your cells even want to exist. Every cell wants to keep living.
Yes.
So when we don't feel like we have self-determination, it's because we're not remembering who we are.
Exactly. Ashe.
Right. On to the next one?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, so for Thursday, we want to visualize our meditations on obtaining knowledge and applying the knowledge that we gain and use it effectively in our lives. We want to talk about the subject of creativity and understanding that without knowledge without creativity, it won't lead you anywhere. It's not just knowledge. There's a lot of people out there that just they may know a lot of things, but what are they doing with that knowledge?
Yes.
And we need to find we want to meditate on really harnessing and understanding that knowledge is also meant to be applied. If it's not applied, it's useless.
Exactly. Yeah. Knowledge indeed is power, but applied power, and it's to really help us to experience how everything that we've previously talked about and will talk about, how to make that work. And it is a powerful thing. We're always acquiring that. But the greatest knowledge, though, is knowledge of self. Know yourself. Know yourself. So I'm going to just leave it right there myself.
Sure.
Sure. I think in addition to written knowledge, we can also find knowledge in our experience throughout the day. So on that particular day, I challenge everybody to find knowledge in their interactions with day-to-day life.
Shay.
That's a good one.
You think of like when Tupac talked about the rose coming out of the concrete, the creativity to move, to be a rose that comes through and busts through the concrete. That takes that creativity. It takes a different way of being. It can't grow like a rose would grow out in a field. It had to grow different. So some of us are in situations that are calling upon the divine nature of creativity for us to tap into our own uniqueness and to grow thus forth, calling upon creativity. So remember that is also a part of your divine being and grow accordingly.
Shay.
All right. Freaky Friday. Y'all gonna love this one. So today's meditation is going to be on visualizing positive sexual relations with the opposite sex, meditating on proper and effective use of sex transmutation and manifestation. And we want to also keep in mind when we do these meditations, touch base on the subject of unity and the principle of gender and understanding the polarities that without the yin and the yang, there we have to coexist in order to make things the way they need to be.
Yes.
Following the original blueprint of what nature intended for us.
Shay. I'm gonna tell you what. That's very important, and not just this vulgar stuff that we have out here. Sex is supposed to be beautiful. When we're connecting with another human being, that's deeper than just we're gonna get our rocks off. Excuse the vulgarity, but I have to say it. Plus, a great grandfather wants to come through. He might not be nice about some things, but I'ma just say, when you're connecting with a person, you're not just connecting with them physically, but you're connecting with them spiritually. You connected, especially some of y'all fellas out there. That woman who opens herself up to you. She's not only giving you some pleasure, but she's receiving something from you. Always think about that. She's taking in your energy. So be careful about that. Understand what that is. And then the scribe talked about the sex transmutation. Take that energy, especially some of y'all fellas out there. Yeah, great grandfather's starting to come through now. Take that energy and do something with it. Take it to another level. Don't just use these women out here. Take it to another level. Create something with that energy. Don't use these. You are creating your future descendants. You are putting something in that woman. Use it wisely. Thank you.
Shay.
Sure.
Let's breathe that in for a second, y'all.
Yes.
Use it wisely. These women are precious. Life is precious. Use it wisely. Thank you.
Yes. Always healing. Gotta be healing. Yeah, it's pleasurable. Yeah, hey. Brother Ron like a fine woman, but remember, we doing something, we giving them something, we bringing healing to them, and we could set the tone for their life for years to come. So take it responsibly. And I know it's tough out there. I'm speaking to the fellas. I know we have some sisters and some queens looking at this, some goddesses, but I'm speaking to the fellas specifically on that. You know, so use it wisely.
To piggyback on that, I just want to say to the fellas as well, let's start with interacting with the divine feminine within us. Let's start with interacting with Mother Nature. Just the different ways that the feminine interacts with us in day-to-day life. And then as we nourish ourselves, as we have that healthy balance of yin and yang, we can bring that to the divine feminine and the human female, human woman, the divine woman.
Shay, very important. Now we have our day 7, last but certainly not least.
I want to speak one day.
I know he had something to say about day 6.
I think we have more grandfathers coming through.
Go ahead.
No, taking a moment, and especially fellas, feeling your balls. Forgive the crassness, but feel those balls. Feel your light ride. And now also understanding that you also embody the feminine energy of being able to feel from your heart. And this is a place that so many of us have given up. And beautiful women, don't give that up. Go deeper into it. I know so much in this planet has told y'all to leave that energy and to give it up. But we're letting you know that you can go back there and be protected and go back into your loving energy. And as men, as God men, we are here to start receiving that love energy from y'all and doing and building great things. And so we're going to take sex and take it from just SEX to sensual emotional exchange, SEX, and take it to a higher level and realize what it is that we have in our hands. And realize that sex is physical evidence of our spiritual nature.
Ashe. Wow, I'm feeling that power.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we have our final thing, and we got a surprise to end all of this.
Just for Saturday, as we all know, we have to make sure that as we work, we have to take our rest. So we will use the final day as a rest and celebration day, and we want to pour our libations once again to our ancestors because they've been riding with us this whole week. So we want to make sure we finish what you started. Finish what you started. So we started with the pouring out of the libation. We started with the giving thanks and building that relationship with the ancestors. Let's once again on Saturday use that day as a rest and celebration day to honor them for the work that they've been putting in to help us out through this week and throughout the year as well, and throughout the rest till time ceases to exist. We want to ride this wave through and through to the point where we're healing future generations to come. And it's very important to have that rest, because if you don't rest, you're not gonna be able to work the next day at your full capacity. And we wanna touch base on the subject of purpose, and because of purpose, when we sit down and rest, and that gives us time to self-reflect on what we've done, what we are doing now, and what we want to do in the future. So when we take that rest, that's time for us to self-reflect on everything that we can tweak to make us better people on our day-to-day basis.
Rest is important. Rest is very important, and that really connects to health too. We have fire in us, especially the men watching, but women have some fire too. But sometimes we gotta rest it down so that fire doesn't go out. And the purpose thing, that's every single one of us are here for a reason. Every single one of us is a returning ancestor. I would implore everyone, meditate on their mission, strengthen their mission, or find their mission. If you have to get a reading, if you have to get a self-reflection, if you have to talk to mama and them to find out, hey, they probably know your mission better than you, because they say, boy, you was always good at this thing. You want to do that. So, Ashe.
But celebration is what it's called, because if we don't celebrate, then we're not going to welcome that in the future either. We have to let our subconscious know that it's okay to celebrate, it's okay to rest. So as we take action in the physical realm to do that, we're going to only invite more in the future.
All right.
Ashe.
Learning to be able to celebrate in the small and the grand things. Learning to be able to ingest our breath, or a cup of tea, or a conversation with a family member, or just spending time with a loved one. You know, and being really present, that is celebration. And then likewise, the celebration of just being able to relax and be. And it's in those times that purpose will come online, because there's nothing that is natural that is not purposeful. If we are not in a place of purpose, that means that somewhere we've gotten out of alignment, and we've now on the course we're unnatural. If we get back to natural, if we get back in alignment, you are in purpose. Just be. You already know. Just be.
Just be. So that's our transmission for the week. Now, we had a plan coming in. We had a plan. We said we're going to do all this stuff. We ain't do it. But the grandfather showed up, and, you know, they was looking all strong. The grandmother showed up looking all beautiful. So they just want us to end. They want us, our grandfathers want us to end. Let's crank it back up for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
Let's do it.
Right.
Let's crank it back.